Good morning. How many single people do we have in the room this morning? Oh, don't be shy. Oh, yes, you, sir, in the corner there. I'll get your number later. I'm just kidding. So for all of our single people in the room, maybe you can relate to this experience. You're at a party, maybe you're on the prowl, and you're checking people out, and you see this guy or this girl in the corner, right? And they're dressed a little shabbily, and maybe they have a funky haircut, and they don't have a lot of confidence. Their shoulders are slouched over a little bit, and they're standing kind of awkwardly in the corner by themselves, and you just can't help but think to yourself, man, I can't wait to ask them out, right? Said no one ever. First impressions are everything, right? And the same thing goes for our businesses. So if you have a retail or a service business like I do, oftentimes the first impression is the first time a customer walks by your store. Are they going to be intrigued and impressed, or are they going to think, man, this place looks a little shabby and out of date? Now, I've been fortunate enough to do really well in this particular area with Bluebird, and it's helped me compensate for some other shortcomings in business, surprisingly. So I remember about 2 years into owning Bluebird, I thought, okay, I don't have any formal business training, and I really want to grow this thing, so I think I'm going to get myself some coaching. So I made an appointment with SCORE, and I go down there, and these two older gentlemen, seasoned businessmen, and they sit down with me. And they're like, okay, let's take a look at your numbers, right? And so pull out my numbers, and they're like, wow, you're doing great. What's your secret? And I'm like, I thought I came here for advice, But I thought about it, and I thought, I really think that the ambiance and the way my store looks has had a lot to do with our success. And they were flabbergasted that the way that my store looked could have such a significant impact on my bottom line. And I was flabbergasted that they were flabbergasted. I mean, think about it. How many of you ladies have ever been doing anthropology? Yes. You're drawn in by these gorgeous handcrafted displays, and you walk in the door and it smells amazing inside. And then there's this kind of eclectic French pop music wafting down as you peruse this amazing selection of merchandise that surprises and delights you. And suddenly, you're not a tired mother of three anymore. You're an intriguing young Frenchwoman enjoying a baguette on the River Seine, right? I mean, this stuff is like crack cocaine for middle-aged housewives. And that's really what we need to aim to do with our businesses. Not the crack cocaine part, but create an experience. Create an experience for our guests, or evoke a certain emotion in our customers, right? So really quickly, I just want to share the 3 most important aspects of my creative process when I'm building a display for the salon. 1, I shop for inspiration. In the words of Mark Twain, there are no original ideas, and so Google and Pinterest are great resources. I like to look at what other people have done with their displays and take little bits and pieces of what I like or what I don't like. And number 2, I think about the wow factor. So how can I make this display surprising in some way, or unusual, or visually impressive? And then thirdly, and most importantly, I have fun with it. I remember when I was making the giant gingerbread Madonna Inn in Fremont Theater. It was September when I started, and I thought, well, I'm building gingerbread, I might as well start listening to Christmas music. And by the time I was ready to install it at the end of October, I was in deep. I'd been drinking eggnog for weeks, and we had the Halloween candy bowl out, and I'm snacking on it as I'm working on it. And I'm putting the finishing touches on the frosting in the window, and I look over, and my front desk manager is just standing there laughing at me. And I'm like, what? And she's like, basically, all you've been doing lately is eating M&Ms and building these giant gingerbread displays. She's like, you've turned into Elf. So my point is, just get out there this year and get creative with your displays if you have a store, and most importantly, have fun doing it. And also, if you haven't been to the fair yet, please do stop by and check out all the amazing displays built by 10 different cities in our county, and one of them, including myself, representing the City of SLO. So thank you so much.